Where'd everybody go? I heard something about Brussels sprouts, and I walked away. This is KD8SLG.
Brussels sprouts are good for you, N8YMY.
Good evening, Nick. KF5AD monitoring.
Well, hey guys, how you doing? N8YMY it was, and KF5ADE. Nick, you still in Ohio there, Nick? And hi, John. And yeah. So, Nick first, are you still in Ohio? You must be. Maybe, maybe not. And then pass it off to John there.
Okay, will do. KF5AD, Nickelodeon. Yeah, we're still in Ohio. Yeah, I'm on Echolink for right now. I wanted to kind of preserve the battery for the show if I couldn't come into RF. So that's why I turned on the Echolink. I've got it on an external battery pack. So we're just monitoring the mail, and hopefully Sandy will come in. I don't know. I asked her if she was going to. She said she didn't know, and that she was eating dinner at the time. So that was about 30, 40 minutes ago. So with that, I'll turn it over to John, KF5ADE.
Good evening, Nick, and good evening, Nick at night. So I guess that's just Nick and Nick at night. N8YMY John. Yeah, we're just, I think we're going to actually hang out tonight. We normally don't hang out, but we'll stay up tonight, I think.
Oh, cool, John. I don't know if Josh is listening yet. It's Josh and Lucy show tonight, and that's always fun. That's why I'm here. It's more fun than me and Dustin, but don't tell anybody. And Nickelodeon. Yeah, this is Nickelodeon, John. KF580. He's our friend from Cibolo, Texas. Comes to visit in Ohio from time to time. And Nick at Night is K8QKO. He's the guy who does Sunday nights on here. He'll probably be joining us tonight. Anyway, so I have no responsibilities whatsoever, so I'm just gabbing away here before the net starts. KD8SLG.
A gabber that likes Brussels sprouts? K4OG.
W8WKY.
Mark. K4OG, KD8SLG. What's up, man? I do like Brussels sprouts. Didn't like them when I was a kid. Wouldn't eat them for the life of me. Love them now. What's up, man? What's up with the original gangsta?
Yeah, Roger, KD8SLG. I like mine with some kind of soy sauce, umami sauce, grilled. That makes them very palatable. Maybe a little cheesy stuff on there. Yeah, pretty good. I was hearing a really good conversation this morning, but I was coming up on a conference call. W8TD John talking about home brewing, and it sounded like he had the same exact setup as I did, and the only difference was he was brewing stouts and I brewed lagers. And I tried to get back to him, but didn't work out. K4OG.
Well, I missed that conversation. I like beer. Stout sounds yummy. John might be on here tonight, W8TD. He's around. His node's connected anyway, I can tell you that much. So, maybe you can hook up and you guys can compare beer recipes or something. I'll try your beer, Mark.
Well, gee, thanks, man. I wish I could offer you some. My setup is strewn at least across 2 counties of Kentucky, and I am way out of practice. Way. But, you know, John was way more technical. Me, I just tried to get up as the highest alcohol content I could. I think I got it up to 13% by the little hydrometer measurements. And I was like, you know, that's getting high enough to kill the yeast and everything, but the proof was in the pudding. 2 pints of that, and you were right where you wanted to be.
Good evening, Nick. 3K, and also good evening to Mr. Justin.
Oh, Mark, you say that like someone knows exactly where I want to be. Someone else is keying up there. I missed it. Go ahead, KDSLG. We only got 2 minutes here.
KDSLG, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Good evening, Nick. And also to Dustin. It's good to hear you guys. WV3K on the side.
Sorry, I didn't recognize you there, Phil. I just heard 1 or 2 words when I keyed up. Unkeyed. Whatever I did. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, man. All right, I'm settling in for the big show. Stick around. It's KD8SLG, clear on that.
KD8SLG, W8HRF. Hey Nick, can you give me an audio check here? Just if I'm loud enough.
Oh, you're loud enough. Yeah. It's a little hollow sounding, but got everything you had to say. That's all I got. I heard you just fine. WHRF KDSLG.
All right, good enough. That'll work for tonight. Appreciate it. All right, we got about 50 seconds until the pre-show gets started. So, everybody please stand by. W8HRF standing by for the pre-show. All right, no announcement tonight. QST, welcome to the BeaconNet pre-show. The BeaconNet is sponsored by the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association right here on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, 147, Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We light up the nighttime airwaves every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Tulsa time. This is the pre-show. I'm here to take early check-ins and in and outs. I line them up, and at the top of the hour, Lucy's going to knock them down. This is a controlled net. We ask that all traffic pass through net control. Your net control operators tonight is Whiskey 8, Hotel Romeo Foxtrot, W8HRF. My personal is Josh, Juliet Oscar Sierra Hotel, a.k.a. Mr. Lucy. As is tradition, we're going to go ahead and check in with the BeaconNet crew tonight before we get the party started. Head up to the top of the list here and see if Miss Lucy's microphone's working. K8YUK. You ready to go tonight, Lucy? W8HRF.
W8HRF, K8YK. We're experimenting with where the mic falls, and I had to find my foot pedal, but I think we are good to go. K8YK to W8HRF.
All right, fine business, Lucy. I saw some activity on the scope here, and it looked about right. So, but if not, somebody can let us know who's a member of the crew. So, going to clear with Miss Lucy. We'll talk to her at the top of the hour. Brings us down to Dustin, K88EPC. How's it going, Dustin? And you have no responsibilities whatsoever tonight. How does it feel? And what are you up to?
W8HRF and the BeaconNet pre-show. Good evening, Josh, Lucy, and everybody else. This is K88EPC, if I didn't already say that. Well, I'm here. All is well in the world. Got a bunch of things done in the yard today. Got my fire pit area all nice. Got some river rock all around it, so that looks really nice. Got the lawn mowed, and just kind of chilling. Feels good to have no responsibilities. So I think I'm just gonna kind of be here harassing people in the blue screen. So I guess you better keep me on the list, and I better keep it short so I've got something to say when it comes back around. With that, this is K88EPC, back to pre-net control.
All right, Dustin. Well, you enjoy harassing people on the blue screen. That's a hobby unto itself. So we got you on the list, Dustin. Thanks for being here. Going to clear with K88EPC. Brings us down to just Nick, K88SLG. What's up, Nick? How you doing? And you sticking around tonight? I'm sure you are, but I got to ask.
W8HRF, K88SLG. Good evening, Josh, and all the Beacon netizens. I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. There's a couple other things going on, so, you know. I can multitask, though. I can do that. I'm here. K88SLG, back to net control.
K88SLG, W8HRF. All right, Nick, we got you down as multitasking, but here. And I spelled multi wrong. There we go. Now I fixed it. Nope, no I didn't. Anyways, we'll fix that later. Brings us down to KE8QKO. How's it going, Nick, at night? You sticking around for the big show tonight?
W8WKY.
W8HRF, K8QKO. Yeah, I'm sticking around. I'm unitasking right now. Just kind of sitting here listening to that. Maybe I'm looking at my computer, so maybe I'm multitasking like Nick is. But I think I'm more of a unitasker right now because I've been busy all day and I'm ready to switch off. Anyway, with that, Josh, I'll pass it back to you. K8QKO.
K8QKO, W8HRF. All right, Nick, well, I got you down for unitasking for now and maybe multitasking later. So got you sticking around, Nick. Good to hear you. Going to clear with K8QKO. Brings us down to K8VZA. What's up, Eric? Are you sticking around tonight? And you're going to be doing some couches on the air?
W8HRF, K8VZA. I got my bow fung, and I'm on the couch. Crossband repeat. You nailed it. K8VZA, I'll be here for the duration.
All right, Eric, we got you down as with the bow fung. Not to be confused with the cow dung. Looking forward to hearing you later tonight. And fine business, got you sticking around. Okay. I think that's it. I don't see Alan in the blue screen. He's probably at the big JOB. But, all right. So let's go ahead and read through who I have on this list. Right now we have WB4AIZ. We have KF5ADE Nickelodeon, N8YMY John, W3ETB Eddie, K4OG Middlemark, WV3K Phil, KC0LRM Kelly, AB Edimo Andy, and KA8LYJ Bob. Got most of those from talking before the net, and also the blue screen. Before we take check-ins, I do want to remind everybody that this is a linked system, so please key up for a few seconds before you start talking, and hang on for a second or so after. We want to hear everything that you have to say. I'd also like to remind everybody that we like to have fun in this net. It's one of the main things that drew me to the Sarah Club when I got my license. So if that's not your style, or you don't like to hear rubber chicken adventure updates, spin that VFO, and there's plenty of spectrum out there. But we like to have fun, and we're going to have a fun net tonight. So let me take a break, and we'll start taking check-ins. All right, stations waiting to check into the BeaconNet pre-show. Please come with your call sign phonetically, along with alphabetically, along with your name and location. Please call now.
Kilo, Foxtrot 8, Delta, Tango, Alpha, Jeff, the New Franklin, KF8, DTA.
November, Tango, H, Delta, NT8D, Dave and Copley. I'll be in and out listening on the scanner tonight, Josh. Y'all have a fun net.
Kilo, India 5, Mike, X-Ray Zulu, Chuck, Katusa.
This is Kilo 6, Kilo, Juliet Victor, Kilo 6, Kilo, Juliet Victor, Kevin in Valley Springs, California, in and out, no traffic, double D's. God bless and 73, everyone.
Kilo Echo 8 Whiskey Mike Sierra, KE8 WMS. Andrew, mobile, in and out. Have a great night.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Papa Bravo, Brian in Cuyahoga Falls, in and out.
All right, let me pick it up there. Okay, on that round we picked up Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Alpha Jeff. We got NT8D Dave in and out. Thanks for stopping by, Dave, and heard you're going to be listening on the scanner. You have yourself a good night. And let's see, we picked up Chuck KI5 MXZ out there in Katusa. There was a Kilo Zulu station. There's a little bit of a double there. I'll come back for you in just a second. Let's see, K6 KJV Rev Kev got you in there with your answers for trivia. In and out, double D's, Rev Kev. You have yourself a good night. Thanks for stopping by. We got Kevin K5 KBD out there in Texas. And we got Kilo Echo 8 Whiskey Mike Sierra Andrew up there in Westlake. Got you in and out, Andrew. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll have to get up to the Norse Club again and say hi to the guys up there in the club. So hope you're doing well, Andrew. And let's see, we got Brian, KF8 EPB, got you in and out as well there in Cuyahoga Falls. All right, there was a Kilo Zulu station in there with Rev Kev. Could you come back, Kilo Zulu station? Go ahead. One more time, there was a Kilo Zulu station in there right after Chuck. KI5 MXZ. There was a Kilo Zulu station. Come back with your call, please. All right, nothing heard. We'll go ahead and just delete that row, and he can recheck if he'd like to. Let's do one more round. Stations waiting to check into the BeaconNet. Please come with your call sign phonetically and alphabetically. I'm listening.
Kilo Juliet 5, Foxtrot Lima Lima, Brad in Waco.
He's got in Waco, Texas, in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Foxtrot Tango. That's okay, I see it.
All right, that time we picked up, let's see, we picked up KE8 QFT Uncle Fred, we picked up Kilo Juliet 5, Foxtrot Lima Lima, Brad down there in Texas, and then Brad was, you and somebody, Scott were doubling. Scott, can you come back with your call sign, please? Scott down there in Waco, come with your call again.
Yes, sir. Well, it seems like I'm always doubling with my buddy there, KJ5FOL, Brad in Waco. Seems like we're always doubling. But yeah, this is KJ5ITK, Kilo Juliet 5, India Tango, Kilo Scott in Waco, Texas.
There we go. All right, I got you in there, Scott. KJ5ITK. That's all right. That it happens, and just means that you guys just have that urge to hit the PTT at the same time. So, all right, we got a good list here. So let's go head back up to the top and see who's sticking around for the big show at the top of the hour and who's in and out. Let's see if Chuck's still around. WB4AIZ. Chuck, are you still out there, or did you hit the hay already? Over. All right, I was worried he might have headed off to bed already, but that's okay. We got him in and out. Brings us down to KF5ADE Nickelodeon. How's it going, Nick? And you sticking around for the big show?
Good evening. This is KF5AD Nickelodeon. It's got a lot of crackle. I may have to switch over to Echolink. Am I coming across okay to the repeater?
Yes, sir. That spot right there is perfect. We heard everything you had to say.
W8WKY.
Knew that was going to happen. No problem. Yeah, we'll be around for the big show, and hopefully Daniel will pop in there later on. I'm not sure if he'll come in or not, but we'll see what happens. KF5AD, back to next control then.
All right, KF5ADE, W8HRF. We'll see if, hopefully, Sandy will connect a little later. I'll keep an eye on the dashboard here, and we'll see if she wants to check in. That'd be great. So we'll keep an ear out. So got you sticking around, Nick, and still sounding good. Got a little popcorn, but we heard everything you had to say. So going to go ahead and clear with KF5ADE. Brings us down to John, N8YMY. How's your evening going, John? And are you sticking around for trivia?
W8HRF, Josh, N8YMY. Yeah, I think we're going to stick around tonight. We're hitting you with RF tonight, so hopefully you can hear us okay from down here in Waynesburg. We're getting quite used to that Echolink platform, talking early in the morning there on the pre-net, and tonight we figured we'd try to hit you with the actual RF signal. So yeah, we're going to hang out tonight. N8YMY.
All right, N8YMY, W8HRF. Yeah, you're sounding good. We heard everything you had to say again, so that's excellent. And I'm trying to get a rough distance. I'll have to see on the next round, a rough distance between you and the repeater. Man, about 30 miles, so wow, doing pretty good. So fine business, John. We got you on the list. Thanks for sticking around. Brings us down to Eddie, W3ETB. How's it going, Eddie? Lucy got your email earlier, and I thought you were going to be in and out, but good to hear you. You sticking around for the big show, or are you turning in early tonight?
Hi, Josh. I think I'll try to stick around at least to hear those wonderful trivia questions and see if I can give my answers, since I'm fairly close to the top of the list here. So after that, I'll probably will be headed out for the bed. Back to you, Josh.
All right, Eddie. Well, glad you're up at the top of the list and got you sticking around, and glad you're here. So, fine business, sir. And Lucy will give you a call in a little bit here. And also, I just added, for the record, I added N5 KBD Pete out there in Oklahoma. I got you in and out, Pete. Sorry I missed you a little earlier, but playing catch up in the blue screen here. But I got you on there, Pete. Got you in and out. Okay, all right. Gonna go ahead and re-identify. This is W8HRF, Josh here in Akron, Ohio, running through our list of pre-checks for the BeaconNet. And next on our list is K4OG. How's it going, Mark? And are you sticking around for trivia tonight?
W8HRF, K4OG. Good evening, Josh, and everybody on the BeaconNet. Yeah, I want to. I'm going to hang around and at least listen to it. Right now, I'm drooling over John Crowley's Brewmaster set. He's got the Hermes setup. I thought I had one just like his. I got the same principle. His is like horizontal setup, the brew stand. Mine's a vertical setup. So I got to get some pictures of my old brew setup and send them over to John and, just compare notes. So busy with that, and yeah, we'll hang around. No promises, but we're hanging. K4OG, back to net.
All right, Mark. Well, we got you down as messing around there with the Brewmaster and hanging around, and we'll give you a call. And if you're there, you're there. If not, then we know what happened. But all good. Good to hear you out there. Thanks for stopping by on my little 30-minute pre-show here. Do appreciate it. All right. Let's see who else we got on the list here. WV3 Kilo, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo out there in Canal Fulton. What's up, Phil? I heard you out there before the pre-show talking, so I threw you on the list. You going to stick around for trivia?
W8HRF, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Good to hear you, Josh. You're sounding really good tonight. And I hope you and Lucy and the children are doing well. That's my high concern and care about you and your family. Actually, as far as answering your question, I just had a heart monitor that I got to take off of me that was stuck with me for 2 weeks, and I am so grateful to have that thing off because I was told when it was being not installed on me, but attached to my thorax, apically over my heart, that thing was stuck like it was glued on, and very uncomfortable, and documenting, logging, and I just took it off today and had to send it in the mail. So doing that, I feel like I need to take a good shower and get myself rested to go to sleep. But I told Nick, I said that I'm standing on the side, and I think at this point I'm going to have to consider just getting myself some rest because I've been somewhat symptomatic still, and I need to get more rest. The more I do that, the better I feel. And that's just a need to care for myself. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say may the Lord's blessings to you and the family, and say hey to Nick at night, and to Just Nick, and to Dustin, and Andy if he's on. And I heard Dave in there, and I feel like I'm doing a romper room type thing here. But anyway, I'm not going to ask you to look through any type of lenses. But anyway, have a wonderful net, and thank you again for calling on me, and I hope you have a real fun net. I know it will be. W8HRF, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, back over to pre-net control.
All right, WV3K, W8HRF. Bill, we got you in and out. Sounds like you've had a tiring little bit there, but we're thinking about you, but thank you for the well wishes for the family. We're doing pretty good, and well, I got you in and out. You take care of yourself. That's important, and rest up. So you have yourself a good night. And do appreciate you at least stopping by. So that is awesome. So Going to go ahead and clear with WV3K. And let's see, who else do we have? Mr. Ray, K5 CFY. I missed you a little earlier. Sorry about that. But are you sticking around the big show at the top of the hour, Mr. Ray?
This is K5 CFY. A little late getting here, but yeah, I'm definitely going to hang around for the trivia and everything. So yeah, I'll be hanging around. Thanks for doing the free net, and good to hear everybody out there. Looks like it's a great net. K5 CFY.
K5 CFY, W8HRF. All right, Ray. We got you sticking around, and that's all right. I neglected. I apologize. I neglected to put you in your number 10 spot, but I got you there now. Everything is fixed now. All is right with the world. So, and Rack Nerd Hub. I see you guys keep on keying up. Please stop keying up. We'd appreciate that. I see it's still happening. Hold on. Got a lot of interference tonight. Thank you, Nick. I guess I don't have the heart to do it, but Nick does. Maybe they can join us later. Anyways, brings us down to KC0LRM. Kelly out there in Kansas. How's it going, Kelly? You sticking around for Big Show?
W8WKY.
W8HRF. Yes, I will be sticking around for the Big Show, and I was just about ready to ask who Eddie picked to get that number 10 spot, but I think that's been taken care of. All right, back to you.
Roger, or not Eddie. Oh my goodness, Kelly. I did have Eddie in Mr. Ray's spot, so I hope he doesn't mind. I bumped him one spot lower. I'm sorry, Eddie, but we had to get Mr. Ray in his number 10 spot there. So, all right, going to clear with Kelly. Got you sticking around, Kelly, and that brings us down to Andy, AV8MO. How's it going, Andy? You sticking around for Big Show?
W8HRF from AV8MO. I see I'm stuck in an odd numbered slot now. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I think I'll stick around. I want to call your attention to line 21 and line 27. Make sure they're not the same person. Because the suffixes are exactly the same. That's all I got. Back she comes, AV8MO.
That is a good observation there, Andy. N5 KVD, and we have a K5 KVD. That's pretty cool. Pete's down there. So I got Pete in the blue screen, but I did talk to Kevin a little earlier when taking check-ins. So I think that's right, but we're going to find out soon. So, all right, I got you sticking around, Andy, and thanks for pointing that out. That's kind of cool. Brings us down to Bob, KA8LYJ. Bob, how's it going? You sticking around?
Good evening, Josh. This is KA8LYJ. Yes, I shall abide. I'll save everything else for when we get around to the big show. KA8LYJ.
All right, I got you sticking around, Bob. We appreciate it. And Lucy, give you a call in a few minutes here. All right, that brings us down to KF8DTA. Jeff, how's it going, Jeff? And you sticking around for Big Show?
Thanks for the call, Josh. This is KF8DTA. Yeah, I will be going to bed, but had exciting news. Got 11 RF contacts on 10 meters, single sideband tonight, and really excited about it. So that's all I got. KF8DTA, back to you.
All right, KF8DTA, W8HRF. Got you in and out there, Jeff. I think you said you're heading to bed. It was a little popcorny, but I pulled you out, and I heard you say you got some contacts there on HF. So fine business. Sounds like you had fun, and we do appreciate you stopping by. So good to hear you, and maybe one of these days I'll see you at a Sarah Club meeting. So going to go ahead and clear with KF8DTA. Let's see. Brings us down to Chuck, KI5MXZ out there in Oklahoma, in Catoosa. How's it going, Chuck? You sticking around for the big show in a little bit here?
Yes, sir. I got kicked out of my ham shack, so I got to use Echolink on my phone, but I'll stick around. I'm in it to win it. Kilo India 5, Mike X-Ray Zulu.
All right. Got you sticking around there, Chuck. KI5MXZ, W8HRF. Sorry you got kicked out of the ham shack. Maybe that's a story for in a little bit here during the big show. Who and what and why kicked you out of the ham shack? But hey, at least you got Echolink, so fine business there. All right, going to clear with Chuck. Brings us down to Kevin, Kilo 5, Kilo Bravo Delta. Not to be confused with Pete out there in Oklahoma. But how's it going, Kevin? You sticking around for a big show at the top of the hour? All right. I think Texas got disconnected still. Nick, that node number is 559820, I think. But we'll try to give him a call here if they get reconnected. So, anyways, let's see. The next on the list is Uncle Fred, K8QFT. What's up, Uncle Fred? You sticking around tonight?
Yes, thank you, Josh. I will be here at least for a while. At least till the trivia comes up. K8QFT, back to prenet.
All right, roger that, Uncle Fred. We got you sticking around. And all right, well, we have Texas reconnected. Texas, we want to keep you around, but if it keeps keying up, we're unfortunately going to have to cut the link. But all right, so next on the list, let's jump back up to Kevin, K5 KBD. Kevin out there in Texas, you sticking around for the big show? K5 KBD. Kevin out there in Texas, you sticking around for big show? All right, nothing heard. Let's jump down to Brad, KJ5 FFL down in Waco. Hey, how's it going, Brad? You sticking around for big show?
K5FLL. No, sir, I will not be sticking around for the big show, which I could. Early bird gets a worm around here, so I am on my way to bed. 7-3, KJ5FLL.
All right, KJ5FLL, W8HRF. Got you in and out, Brad. Thanks for stopping by. We do appreciate it. All right, brings us down to KC8FQV, Northern Mark. How's it going, Mark? You sticking around?
Yes, no. Oh, yeah. I'll stick around there, Josh. Yep. I got everything going here good. I did all my nets. I'm working right along. Yep, we'll stick around. KC8FQV.
All right. KC8FQV, W8HRF. I got you sticking around, Mark. We do appreciate it. And took care of the interference there. All right. Fine business, Mark. Appreciate you sticking around. All right. And I don't think KJ5HYS will be there, but let's give him give him a shout. Maybe he connected on Echolink. I don't see him. But KJ5 HYS, you out there, Ernesto? You sticking around? All right, nothing heard. That's the bottom of the pre-show checklist. Wow, 29 check-ins already. Fine. It's Lucy's turn to light up the nighttime airwaves. I'd like to thank you all for checking in during my little 30 minutes here. It's always a lot of fun. We appreciate that. KE8YUK. Light up the nighttime airwaves, Lucy. This is W8HRF.
W8HRF, KE8YUK. Hi, everybody. I forgot I was in charge. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. I'm Lucy, call sign KE8YUK, Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Uniform Kilo. And I'll be your net controller this evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the W8WKY repeater 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. You can also find us with the Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net. At least we try really hard. So all traffic must pass through net control, which is myself. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Fireside, and various other repeaters. So please key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. You'll hear a beep, but wait just a second or two after the beep to transmit. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? If so, please call now.
W8WKY.
Nothing heard, which is always good. We have a great list of stations from our pre-show. Thank you to Josh. But if you missed the pre-show and would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, as well as your name and location. If you would like to be on our list for tonight's Beacon Net, please call now.
Net control, please check in. Kilo India 5, Romeo Foxtrot India, KI5 RFI, Mac in Springdale, Arkansas.
November 9, Kilo India Whiskey, N9KIW, Chip near Philadelphia.
Whiskey 2, Juliet, Lima, Sierra, John, W2, JLS, Fairlawn.
Alpha India 5, Whiskey November, Kyle in Claremore, Oklahoma.
Kilo Romeo 4, Delta Golf Golf, Horace Utopia, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
All right, I'm going to hold it up there. We got a good flux, so I'm going to make sure I've got it. All right, Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Uniform Kilo as net control. We have KI5 RFI Mac N9KIW Chip W2 JLS John AI5WN Kyle, and then we need to double check our last Oklahoma check-in. We think we have KR4 DBG, except we got Harriet, which I don't think is right, and also Harriet would be in Georgia, which is also not right. So our last call sign was something along the lines of KR4 DBG, something along those lines. Please come back.
Yes, that was Kilo Romeo 4, Delta Golf Golf, Horace, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
All right, Horace, KR4 Delta Golf Golf, QSL. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, we got a good amount of check-ins, but we're going to see if there's a couple more. If anyone else wants to get on the list for tonight's Beacon Net, please call now.
November 5, America, Quebec, Mike. N5AQM, Mike in Chandler, Arizona. Good evening.
All right, we'll take it one at a time. My list hasn't updated yet, so I don't know. November 5, Alpha, Quebec, Mike. There it is, of course, as soon as I say it. Mike, you're on the list. Wow, we've got 35 check-ins already. This is going to be fun. All right, we're going to go up to the top of the list, but before we go any further than that, we do have to read off our trivia. I have tonight's main trivia. Here it is. Christopher Latham Scholes did 3 of these things. What did he not do? A, invent the first commercially successful typewriter. B, coin the word typewriter. C, create the QWERTY typeboard layout. Or D, construct the first reusable typewriter ribbon. So again, main trivia. Christopher Latham Scholes did 3 of these things. What did he not do? A, invent the first commercially successful typewriter. B, coin the word typewriter. C, create the QWERTY keyboard layout. Or D, constructed the first reusable typewriter ribbon. That's your main trivia. I'm going to pass it over to Trivia Master W8HRF to get alternate trivia for tonight. Take it away, Josh.
K8YUK, W8HRF. All right, tonight's alternate trivia question is as follows. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, what is the record for the most overdue library book? And to be clear, it's the most overdue library book, and it was returned. That was returned. So your options are Alpha, 65 years. Bravo, 288 years. Charlie, 442 years. Or Delta, 1,085 Cornwaldo years, not to be confused with dog years. Again, alternate trivia. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, what is the record for the most overdue library book? Your options are Alpha, 65 years. Bravo, 288 years. Charlie, 442 years. Or Delta, 1,085 Cornwaldo years, not to be confused with dog years. I'll get this posted in the blue screen. K8YUK, W8HRF.
W8HRF, K8YUK. Wonderful. We've got our trivias in, and also K4OG posted a fantastic trivia marker in the blue screen. For the unfamiliar, if you are listening to this net and you're curious what we're talking about, if you download or have NetLogger and you open up the BeaconNet monitoring window, it gives you the option to open the AIM window, or the almost instant message window. The default is blue, hence why we call it the blue screen. And it's pretty much the other half of the net. There's a lot of inside jokes that go on there, a lot of questions, commentary, and general peanut boxing happens. And it's a lot of fun. You can also go on to ragchew.app to also see what we're talking about, although that one is not blue. All right, that is our trivia. First up on our list is not Chuck, WB4AIZ. He was in and out. So first up is Nickelodeon KF5ADE. How are you doing tonight? What are your trivia answers?
Baker and Baker on the trivia, and I caught some of the comments about Nick and a couple other guys talking about Brussels sprouts. And man, do I like my Brussels sprouts with lots of bacon and sour and heavy cream. That's the way Sandy makes her Brussels sprouts. They are really good. So one of the other guys was talking about chalky, I think, is the way he likes his. So that's good. And I've had them that way, and they are good. But I like my bacon and sour cream. Let's see, the other thing is something else going on out there as well. But I can't, my short-term memory is slipped the disc. So with that, we'll go ahead and, I guess, return it while I'm on RF, and I hope it's coming across okay. Let me know if it's not. KF5AD, back to net control.
All right, my behind-the-scenes reader wants you to know that it was a little staticky, a little more staticky than before, correct? But we did receive what you had to say. We've got you down for Brussels and Brussels, not Brussels and sprout. Brussels and bacon, there you go. I have had some good Brussels sprout salads in my life. It made me enjoy Brussels sprouts, which is saying something. Good to hear from you, Nickelodeon. Is Miss Sandy on hand? I don't quite remember. Josh says she's in Texas, so I'm going to pay attention to my better half and take his word for it, because I was cleaning out an inbox during the pre-show. Anyway, we're going to pick up John. We'll clear with Nickelodeon. We'll pick up John N8YMY. How are you doing tonight? What are your trivia answers?
W8WKY. W8YUK and 8YMY. Good evening, Miss Lucy. I'm going to go, I don't want to be a copycat, but I think I'm going to go with B and B also. Bravo, bravo. And I'm going to stick with it. So have a good net, and 7-3.
All right, John, we've got you also down for Bravo and Bravo. Thanks for checking in. It's good to hear from you. We're clear with John, and we're already at Ray, K5CFY. How are you doing tonight, Mr. Ray? And what are your trivia answers?
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Uniform Kilo, and the net. This is K5CFY. Good evening there, Miss Lucy, and wave a hand at Josh there on the keyboard. Not much going on here. We did get some rain today finally, and cool things off, so we're enjoying that. But let's see, wave a hand at Betty there, and Will. Hope they're both asleep maybe, but we'll say I'm going to go with Alpha and Bravo. So Alpha and Bravo for my guesses. Thanks for running the net. Good to hear everybody. This is Ray K5CFY, back to net control.
Roger that, Mr. Ray. Yeah, Betty and Will are both in bed. I keep being paranoid and checking Will's monitor, because last night he would not go to sleep. Something in his bed must have been uncomfortable because he kept waking up, and I am so tired. But we're powering through. We've got you down for Alpha and Bravo, and maybe we'll catch you on the Boredom Breaker net at some point in time this week. We'll clear with Mr. Ray, and we'll see if Eddie's still around. I think Pete said he was actually going to be out, but we'll see if Eddie's there. W3ETV. Are you out there, Eddie?
Hi, Lucy. Yeah, I just got through yawning, so I know it's time. But I'm here, and actually the temperature here in Annapolis is 60 degrees. We got a nice 60-degree temperature out there with no wind, and I'm sure it's probably a beautiful night outside. But I'm inside, and I got to get up early in the morning, so... But I'm going to go with actually C for your trivia question and B for Josh's trivia question. And I was to say to all a good night, and that's it. We'll talk to you later. W3TV, back to net.
All right, Eddie. We are so glad that you stuck around. We've got you down for Charlie and Bravo. And I hope the part for your project comes back like it left. I hope it arrives soon, as when it's supposed to. And yeah, sleep for me. Tell sleep I miss it. We're clear with Eddie. K4OG, you're next on our list. Thanks for the awesome trivia marker, as usual. How are you doing?
KE8YUK. Oh, you make me blush, Lucy. I'm doing pretty good, thank you for asking. It's a simple trivia marker, but I was in a rush, to tell the truth. It's like, oh gosh. Anyway, let's get to the trivia. Great questions. I like it. And I don't know either one. The typewriter thing, I'm going to say he didn't invent the word. So, I guess that's bravo. And let me get down to Josh's. The Guinness Book of World Records. Why is it Guinness's book? Well, why can't it be Miller's book or Pabst's book? Okay. Most overdue library. Boy, D is real tempting. I'm going to go with Charlie. There you go. K4OG. Y'all be good.
K4OG, KE8YUK. We've got you down for Bravo and Charlie. I wish you much luck. Off the top of my head, I don't remember what's correct for mine. So good luck to you. I also didn't notice the HRF trivia marker, which also made me laugh. So you're wonderful. So glad that you're on our net. And we'll wish you a good night. We'll clear with Mark, WV3K. Phil was in and out, but we wish him many prayers and blessings as well. Next up on our list is KC0LRM. Kelly, how are you doing tonight? What are your trivia answers?
Okay, yeah. KC0LRM here. I'm in Tulsa tonight, and I'm giving my answers before I forget. I'm just going to be different. Everybody says B, I'm going to say C, and I'm going to have to go with the cornball. It'll be D for the second one, Delta. Just sitting there eating some salt and pepper pork rinds. If anybody ever has tried those, are pretty good. Some people are not pork rind people, but if you are, those are pretty good ones to try. I'm really happy college football's back, and thanks for giving an hour. You and Josh doing the net here, and I'm going to get off here and let you get on down the list, and everybody have a good one, and I'm definitely enjoying this 60-degree weather we're having here, so I'm hoping y'all are having the same. All right, back to you.
All right, Kelly, we've got you down for Charlie and Delta, I do believe. And 2 comments. First of all, the weather, love it, so fantastic. However, it is a little brisk for Will. He does not like being cold, or I guess the wind hasn't contributed to it at all. So I have not been outdoors as much as I would usually be in this kind of weather, which stinks. But there's that. The other thing is, when I was a kid, I listened to Adventures in Odyssey pretty much constantly, and one of the characters that I grew up with always had pork rinds, and I didn't realize that it was a real food for a very long time. I thought they just made them up for the character. So glad you're enjoying them. I don't know if I have ever actually had one, but I know they're real now. We're going to clear with Kelly and wish you a good night, and we're going to pick up Angry Bears 8, My Oysters. Andy, long time no talk. How are you doing tonight? What are your trivia answers?
Indeedy, Miss Lucy, the Yuck of Akron. This is AB8MO, also affectionately known as Angry Bears 8 by Oysters, and the cat is in my face right now. Yeah, I'm going to try to get down there for game night. Let's see, it's second Saturday in September. My thing will go. I think I'll be available, so we'll find out. Got to set myself a reminder. Yeah, so a gorgeous day today. It's a little warmer than it was yesterday. The sun was still out. I don't know. I say you just bundle Will up and go out there. You know, him being so little, I can understand why he might get a little cold, but I don't know. Maybe he's just a freeze baby. Anyhow, for trivia, I will go with and B, not to be confused with B and D. I did that just to make Nick's hair stand on end. So specifically for the main trivia construction of the first reusable typewriter ribbon, which would be the Delta. And then bravo on Nick's, I think 288 years stands out to me. We'll see where that lands. That's all I got from here. I'm being very distracted by the cat now. She does not want me to talk on the radio. She keeps walking in between the microphone and my face, and it's very annoying. Back she comes, KE8YUK in the net. This is AB8MO.
W8WKY.
All right, Andy, we've got you down for Delta and Bravo, which you threw me for a loop. I also forgot that I have main. I'm so used to having alt. I was about to tell Josh that he had them in the wrong order, which would have been disastrous. Ah, boy. Good luck with the cat. I know that feeling, except mine are two humans. I have elbowed Betty in the head at least twice this week because because I'll turn around and she is right there and I'm not ready for it. And I feel really bad, but she has no sense of personal space. She has gotten much clingier. I will survive the week. If you don't see me at game night, that's why. I have run away. Anyway, have a good night, Andy. We're going to clear, and we're going to pick up KA8LY. Actually, you know what? Before I pick up Bob, I need to re-identify. This is Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Uniform Kilo Lucy with the beacon net on the W8WKY repeater. We meet every Sunday and Wednesday evening. Pre-show is at 9:30 Eastern Time, and the big show is at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a good time. Come hang out. In the meantime, let's get back to our list. Bob, KA8LYJ, are you out there? And what are your trivia answers?
KE8YUK. This is KA8LYJ. Good evening, Lucy. Good evening, Josh. Good evening, the rest of the Beaconians. It was a busy day today. I had to get up at the butt crack of dawn for Kiwanis, and there was a board meeting for the club after that I had to stay for. And then I had to drive all the way up to Rocky River for an appointment, and then I had to cover a school board meeting this evening, so I've been on the go. As far as the trivia, I'm going to go bed and breakfast. B&B. And let me drop it here to pick up a nickel, and I've got something for Mark. K40G, the Guinness Book of World Records was published by the Guinness Company, the company that makes the Irish Stout, to settle pub bets, and has been going strong ever since. This is KA8LYJ, back to the net.
Bob, they should make a Guinness Book of cool facts. There's trivia right there. Now everybody knows about it. Super cool to know about, though. We've got you down for bed and breakfast, which is, well, it would be making me hungry, except I had 2 cinnamon rolls, a bowl of ice cream with sprinkles, and a cup full of candy. So I'm not feeling so good anymore. I did it to myself. As far as reading Josh's mind, I'd love to say it's what I do, but it's more rare than I would like to admit. But anyway, Bob, thanks for chiming in. Glad you stopped in despite your busy day, and we hope you have a good night. And tell Ida we said hi. We'll clear with Bob. I haven't really been reading in and outs very thoroughly, so sorry, everybody. Jeff and Dave were both in and out, so we're going to pick up Chuck KI5MXZ in Catoosa, Oklahoma. How are you doing tonight, Chuck?
I'm doing fine, and my answer to the trivia, since I don't know, is Alpha Delta. And for the gentleman that asked about my ham shack, it's my wife and I's bedroom, and she went to bed. Might have to move him into the spare bedroom. Kilo India 5, Mike X-Ray Zulu, back to net control.
All right, Chuck, we've got you down for Alpha and Delta. And as far as having the ham shack in the bedroom, I remember those days. Those were very long days. I do not miss our apartment at all. The TV, not the TV, the 2 computer monitors were so bright. Oh, my goodness. Misery. So I empathize deeply with your wife, even though now I have my license as well. Oh, boy. Okay. Glad you came in anyway, Chuck. Well, clear, and Rev Kev was in and out with double D's. Different Kevin was in and out. KE8WMS and KF8EPB were both in and out as well. Now we're up to Uncle Fred, KE8QFT. How are you doing tonight, and what's the deal with the Guardians? We might actually go to a game here. No, we won't. I lied. Akron Rubber Ducks are not the same as the Guardians. But how are the Guardians doing?
Well, the Guardians, Lucy, are a 500 team. In other words, their winning percentage is 500. They've won half their games, but they won 2 in a row, and they still have a chance at the playoffs. They be at wild card, not the division title, but if you get in the playoffs, anything can happen. There's still 5 weeks left in the season, and I think they got a chance. I got to see the Rubber Ducks a few weeks ago. A friend of mine sang in a barbershop quartet that appeared to do the national anthem, and later on in the 7th inning they did something else. I forget, but yeah. So, the trivia, I'm going to say Charlie and Alpha. Charlie and Alpha in that order. And not much else going on. KE8QFT, back to net control.
KE8QFT, KE8YUK. Good to know. I'm glad they have a chance of getting into the playoffs. That'd be exciting. I don't even follow baseball, and that would be exciting. We've got you down for Charlie and Alpha. We had a couple in and outs, which brings us down to KC8FQV. Northern Mark, how are you doing tonight? And what are your trivia answers?
All right, KCFQ, I could just wait and let you say I'll have to come back and get him again. But on the one, the alternative is 288. And I haven't read up through to find the other one, so we'll do that, and then we'll check and recheck later. Yeah, I did all my nets tonight. I spoke with people out in Seattle, Washington. They do a Zoom session every Wednesday at 9:30 our time, 7:30 or 6:30 their time. Yeah, I had a good weekend in that. So, good weekend going roller coaster. Played on a lot of steel structures. So that was good. Well, I rode them. I didn't play on them. Well, yeah, you could say played on them. I sat on the car and it ran me around the track. It was good. It went up to Waldemere. Was there for a picnic and rode the rides there. Went up to New York to Niagara. Yeah, that Niagara, they're not very far from the border. As a matter of fact, I have to sometimes look at the street view of the that exit. So I did go past it, but yeah, I didn't pay any attention to it. I just made sure I just didn't want to get in that thing. I mean, I would wonder if someone accidentally go into it, if they have a turnaround before you get to the gate. before you leave the country. I wouldn't want to do that. But went up to Niagara Amusement, just up there in Buffalo, and then went over to Darien Lake. That was on my bucket list for, since about 2000. So I finally got that in. But yeah, an alternative is going to be B288. So KCFQ, back it comes, KCFQ. I guess the kids, you get to put them to bed and you hope they stay there and you don't hear them. So, KCFQ, back to net control.
W8WKY.
All right, Mark, we've got you for, I don't remember what your alternate was. Yeah, Pass and Bravo, that's what it was. My QSL info spot is not wide enough to read all of it, so I'm glad Josh chimed in. I haven't been to Waldemere in a long time. I hope you had a good time. Sounds like you did. And we'll catch you down the log, pretty much literally. Ernesto was in and out, or at very least we didn't hear back from him. Got a couple more on our list. Next up is Mac KI5 RFI. Are you out there, Mac, and what are your trivia answers?
KI5 RFI here. Good evening, Lucy and Josh and all the Beacon Net Masters out there. It's a beautiful 66 degrees and raining here in Springdale, Arkansas. It's been a pretty day. I'm going to go with trivia answers of Charlie and Bravo. Charlie and Bravo. Back to you, Lucy.
Josh just waved his hand urgently, and I was waving to you, Mac. So thank you for chiming in. Good to hear you. Josh is waving again. We got you down for Charlie and Bravo. We'll clear with Mac, and we'll pick up Chip N9KIW. Are you out there, Chip? And do you have trivia answers for us?
Well, good evening, Lucy, and the rest of the net. Everything's going pretty well here. My clear node seems to be behaving itself, and I'm enjoying my new OCF dipole. I'm back on HF after about 3 years, so that's fun. And trivia answers are going to be Charlie and Bravo. I repeat, Charlie and Bravo. Everybody have a good evening, and back to net from November 9, Kilo India Whiskey.
All right, Chip. Josh said he loves off-center dipoles. He has an 80-meter off-center dipole. Is that the one on the roof? Oh, the one in the tree. That makes more sense because that's a lot of meters. I'm smart. We've got you down for Charlie and Bravo, Chip. Thanks for chiming in, and good to have you on our net. We'll clear and we'll pick up John at W2JLS. How are you doing tonight? What are your trivia answers, and how's life in Fairlawn?
W2JLS entering the fray. Hello, Miss Lucy. Good evening on your ears, lady. I hope everything's going well with you and the family, Josh and the kids. Yeah, I'm here. I'm messing around tonight with my ICOM ID52, trying to get it hooked up to this new Pi-Star node I scored online, and yeah, I'm making some progress, but a lot of it's, I think, just ICOM's plumbing with menus. I'm not going to say it the way I was going to say it. It's on the route to ICOM. Anyway, it leaves something in the way of learning for me. So there's that. Other than that, I've had a nice day. I love this weather. I know everyone out here in Northeast Ohio is just eating today up. Spectacular. Thank you for this lovely weather. No humidity and kind of more mild, leaning towards fall for sure. I'm going to go with the trivia questions. Your question, I'm going to bank on that QWERTY option. I'm going to say that he didn't invent that. I want to say old typewriters had kind of a different configuration when I've been to antique shops, and I'm going to bet that he didn't do that. And then The other question, I have absolutely no idea, so this is just a wild guess, and I'm going to go with the choice that was the second highest. I think that was choice B. So, Citizen Band, Charlie Bravo for me tonight on the trivia. Nice to hear you, Miss Lucy. Thanks for running the net, passing it back from W2JLS.
W2JLS, KE8YUK, agreed on the weather. I will always take low humidity. I don't know anyone who wants humidity, but seriously, no humidity, fantastic. Some madness is going on in the blue screen involving Pocket Sand and Hams of Anarchy, but besides that, we've got you down for Citizen Band and Bravo for answers. And as far as how I'm doing, exhaustion. This is the second day in a row Josh has come home and just paused and asked if I'm okay, because I wear my heart on my sleeve usually, and I look like I have been actually beaten. It's terrible. But it's mostly just the exhaustion and Betty being super clingy. Her molars are coming in. Her 2-year molars are coming in, and so she's extra cranky, which is tough. But it's survivable. This too shall pass, and at some point in my life, I'm going to regret that it has passed. So everything counts the way it counts. Before I forget, this is Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Uniform Kilo KE8YUK Lucy as net control for tonight's Beacon Net on the W8WKY repeater. Thanks for listening if you are. If you aren't, I'm not talking to you. I don't know that. Anyway, we're going to pick up Kyle, AI5W, and if he's out there in Oklahoma tonight, how are you doing tonight? What are your trivia answers?
Alpha India 5, Whiskey November. This is Kyle in Claremore, Oklahoma. I'm doing good. The weather's very nice. This is only maybe the second or third time I've hopped on this net. I got my license, I don't know, probably I guess 4 months ago, but I've been so busy over the summer. So I can see the 900-foot dipole in my county from my house. So it's just kind of still wild to me that I can be talking to people from all over the country, which is pretty cool. Me and my wife are watching You've Got Mail with Tom Hanks in it, and I've never seen the movie, but I thought it was interesting that AOL I heard is getting ready to go offline, I think, later next month, which is kind of wild. For the answers, I'm going to go Charlie Bravo. I hate to be a copycat, but that is what I think it is. So Charlie Bravo, Corti, and the 288 years. Back to you, Lucy. Back to net. Alpha India 5, Whiskey November.
Well, Kyle, welcome to the net. It's always good to have, it's good to have anybody on this net, but it's always nice to have new folks out here to kind of get used to the characters that we have, as Nick likes to say. I don't remember how he says it, so I'm not going to actually say it because I have to say it wrong. Josh can say it. What is it? We'll do it later. So stay tuned. Glad you and your wife are listening. I hope it's encouragement for her to get her license. Josh was interested in ham radio long before I was. I love the movie Frequency, but that's about the limit of my knowledge, or at least it was. And he got his license about a year before mine, and we went to Hamvention, and I thought, you know what? I really should get into this. And it took maybe a month to study, aka memorize the questions, and know what I had to know, and I passed the test, and here I am. And I love the people. I love the community. I love the outreach and the flexibility, and it's just a great hobby. So I want to encourage your wife to try it out and give it a shot, because I was an English major. I have no technical background, so really anybody can do it. Right. We're going to clear with Kyle. We're going to pick up Horace, KR4DGG. Are you out there? And what are your trivia answers? KR4DGG, Kilo Radio 4, Delta Golf Golf. Horace, are you out there? as our friend Danielle likes to say, wah wah. Unfortunately, nothing heard from Horace, so we'll move on down to Mike, N5AQM. Are you out there, Mike? And do you have trivia answers for us?
W8WKY.
Yeah, good evening, Lucy and Annette. I had to wait for my ID. Let me make sure I got it. Hey, good evening, Lucy and Annette, N5AQM. Mike here in Chandler, Arizona. And we survived one of that, I'm sure everybody saw it on their news. It was a big dust storm a couple days ago. This thing was 70 miles wide and over 5,000 feet tall, started north of Tucson, and I think it picked up half the desert and brought it into town. Really trashed our pool out, and it's cleaned up, though. The cleaner does a fabulous job. We had to do a little bit of work on it and, hose things off. Fortunately, we had an inch of rain right after that. With the dust came the big rainstorm. We still had very high winds. We had gusts to 70 at the house here. Neighbor lost a big chunk of the shingles off of one side of his roof. And, yeah, it was pretty bad. It wasn't the worst I've seen, but it was right up there. I've been here 42 years in the desert. So, anyway, we didn't have any damage, by the way, other than just dirt. For my answers to the trivia, it'll be Charlie and Bravo. Charlie and Bravo. Back to you, N5AQM.
All right, Mike, we got you down for Charlie and Bravo, and boy, I'm really glad you guys are okay after that dust storm. I actually haven't heard anything about it. I'm not too plugged in for news in general, but it sure is a shame that I knew more about the logo change, the Cracker Barrel logo change, than I did about natural disasters in the States. So that says something about the media, or the media I consume, whichever, or both. Anyway, I'm going to digress. Glad you're okay. Glad your pool got cleaned out. And hadn't even thought about that as a consequence with owning a pool. We'll clear with Mike, and we're going to pick up Tim, who is not Taco Tim, which is so unusual for me to read. But anyway, KE9CQD, I remember you. How are you doing tonight? And what are your trivia answers? All right, I am not hearing anything from Tim. I'll try again. KE9CQD, are you out there? All right, nothing heard from CQD. We'll clear. It's 10:44. We have 36 check-ins. This is Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Uniform, Kilo, Lucy. If you would like to get onto our list for tonight's BeaconNet, which is hosted on the W8WKY repeater, you can call with your call sign phonetically, alphabetically, and your name and location. In other words, we are asking for all of those things, not just one or the other. So phonetics, alphabet, name, location, please. I feel like there was something else I was supposed to say. That's it. If you want to get onto our list, please call now.
This is KG5 SYC, Sandy, Cibolo.
Net control, this is Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Romeo Zulu, Terry in Ellenboro, West Virginia, KF8ERZ.
This is Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha, Tango Alpha, Guy, from Georgetown, Texas, KJ5 ATA. Calling into the BeaconNet.
All right. Josh is very excited to hit 42. We've got Miss Sandy, KG4SYC, Terry. What did I say? Oh, I don't know where I got the 4 from. I'm tired, guys. KJ5. Guys, oh no. Who lets me do this? Amateur. It's amateur radio. KG5SYC. We also have Terry, KF8ERZ. And we also have Guy from Texas, KJ5ATA. If there is anyone else who would like to check in onto our net, please give your call sign phonetically followed by alphabetically, and we'll get you on our list. Please call now.
Kilo Charlie 5 Romeo Bravo Golf KC5 real big gun. Shannon in Tulsa. That's Kilo Charlie 5 real big gun. Shannon in Tulsa.
All right, we'll take it there. I'm going to make sure I have it real quick. All right, I think that works. All right, we picked up Shannon that round, KC5 RBG. Good to have you, Shannon. Long time no talk. We'll get to you in a minute. We're going to go up to the top of our list and pick up Miss Sandy, KG5 SYC. How are you doing tonight? And what are your trivia answers? How are things in Texas?
This is KG5SYC, and hello, Lucy. Hope all's going well for you, and we've done our final inspection for the foundation, and it's all good and clear. We've got a good foundation set, so it passed the 2 inspections, so we're good. And the roof is next in line. Solar panels coming off on the 3rd, and the roofing gets done on the 5th, and then we'll see where we go from there. We'll probably be totally broke, but there you go. Well, Nick will have to stay in Ohio for a little bit longer if his daughter doesn't pay for his trip home. But nonetheless, we're all good. As far as trivia, I'm going to have to ask you guys to do some work and save the trivia because I didn't get it. KG5SYC.
Roger that, Miss Sandy. Oh, I copy and pasted a YouTube link. It was the streaming link is what it was. Many thanks to Mike for streaming us so faithfully every week. Your main trivia is Christopher Latham Scholes did 3 of these things. What did he not do? A, invent the first commercially successful typewriter. B, coin the word typewriter. C, create the QWERTY keyboard layout, or D, constructed the first reusable typewriter ribbon. I'll post this in the blue screen, and I will punt it over to W8HRF for the alternate trivia. W8HRF, take it away.
K8YUK, W8HRF. All right, tonight's alternate trivia is as follows. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, what is the record for the most overdue library book? Your options are Alpha, 65 years, Bravo, 288 years, Charlie, 442 years, or Delta, 1,085 Cornwaldo years, not to be confused with dog years. Again, alternate trivia is, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, what is the record for the most overdue library book? Your options are Alpha, 65 years, Bravo, 288 years, Charlie, 442 years, or Delta, 1,085 Cornwaldo years, not to be confused with dog years. K8YUK, W8HRF.
W8HRF, K8YUK. I just need everyone to know that Josh no longer says confused. It is only cornfused. It's going to get me soon. Anyway, KG5 SYC Sandy. Now that we've had a repeat, do you want to give us your trivia answers?
W8WKY.
KG5SYC, back at you, Lucy. Hey, let's go with D as in Delta and B as in Baker, or Bravo. And that'll be my trivia with that. But yeah, everything's going well. And I was going to sit there and say that Josh is on, I'm on the Echolink, and he really sounds muffled up. He gets really overmodulated. You're overmodulated, but only when you laugh, or I think you might come a little bit closer to the microphone or something. But otherwise, you're really clear. Josh is pretty muffled up just listening to him. Just thought I'd throw that two-bit in there at you. This is KG5SYC.
All right, Miss Sandy, he moved his microphone, and I messed with mine because I thought you were talking to me. So hopefully I still sound okay. I keep hitting my elbow and stuff. Jeez. All right, well, we've got you down for Delta and Bravo. Good to have you. We're going to clear, and we're going to pick up Terry, KF8ERZ in Ellenborough. How are you doing tonight? What are your trivia answers?
Yeah, KF8ERZ. Good evening, Lucy, Josh, and everybody on the net. It's a pleasure to be with you all this evening, and thank you for taking my check-in. And trivia answers, I'm going to go with Bravo and Bravo. B for both of them. So we'll see where that goes with that. But I hope everybody's having a wonderful evening. It's 55 degrees, kind of chilly fall-like evening here in West Virginia, which is fall's my favorite season, so I'm enjoying every minute of it. But I'd say we'll have some more hot summer weather before it's over. But anyway, like I say, it's always a joy to be with you all, and say 73s to everybody on the net this evening. This is KF8ERZ.
We are glad to have you, Terry. We've got you down for bed and breakfast, which again would make me hungry if I were not feeling good because I ate too much candy. Go figure. Glad you checked in, though. I think you might be our only West Virginia check-in, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So thanks for representing West Virginia. We're going to clear with Terry. We're going to pick up Guy, KJ5ATA. How are you doing tonight, and what are your trivia answers? And I'll make sure to leave you a good long space so you can get in still.
Yes, hello, Lucy, from Beaconnet. This is Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha Tango Alpha KJ5 ATA Guy from Georgetown, Texas. And my answers are going to be Bravo and Bravo. And that's pretty much what I'm thinking about. But yeah, I think they're correct. We'll have to see after a while. Anyways, yeah, we're still having some hot weather around here. Hot Texas weather. It's all good, though. That's what we do. That's how it is. That's how it be. You can go out there and get all hot and get yourself a real good suntan if you feel like you want to do it. It's okay. And but otherwise, yeah, I don't know what it's like in Ohio. I bet it's probably cooler and a little bit milder, but I really don't know for sure. Anyway, next week I'm going to Montana, and we're going to be up in coolness up there in Glacier National Park, and I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, that's enough of that. So I'm going to throw it back to the network. This is KJ5ATA.
KJ5ATA, KE8YUK. We got you down for B&B and enjoy Glacier National Park. That sounds beautiful. Maybe someday I will go myself. We're going to clear with Guy. We're going to pick up Shannon, KC5RBG. How are you doing, Shannon? You sound kind of rough. You doing all right?
been doing a lot better before I have COVID. Got diagnosed, tested positive Sunday. And, yeah, it's been kicking my rear end. Anyway, hope everything's good going there. Hopefully those babies are doing absolutely fantastic. And hopefully Mom is staying sane with the household. I know that's got to be pulling your hair out with youngins and doing everything else, especially your big youngins. But anyway, my answers for the trivia questions are going to be, for the first one, it's going to be O as in Oscar. And the second one's going to be K as in Kilo. Mainly for the great state of Oklahoma. There you go. And hopefully I'll catch y'all maybe Sunday. This is Kilo Charlie 5, real big guns, out of breath. Having a hard time breathing tonight and today. But this is Kilo Charlie 5, real big guns. God bless, and 73. Back to Neckham.
KC5RBG, KE8YUK. That stinks, Shannon. I will pray for your recovery, and I hope that hope it comes along smoothly. Struggling to breathe, very bad. Don't take that for granted. Keep close tabs on it. I've had too many siblings with very close calls with asthma attacks to mess around with breathing in the slightest. So I hope that clears up for you soon. Also, your dogs gave me an absolute heart attack. I was not ready for that. And we've got you down for O as in Oscar, K as in, not carrot, kilo, kilometer, kilometre. Anyway, I'm causing problems. I got you down for your answer. As usual, the great state of Oklahoma. We'll clear with Shannon. There's no one else on my list. We have 40 check-ins. It's 10:58. You have two choices. Get me to 42 check-ins so I can go to bed, or don't get me to 42 check-ins and let me go to bed. If you want to chime in on tonight's Beacon Net, my call sign is Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Uniform Kilo. Lucy is my handle, my birth name, my Christian name. Anyway, this is Beacon Net. We have a net. We have the Beacon Net every Sunday and Wednesday evening. Pre-show is 9:30 Eastern Time. Big show is 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a good time. And if you want to check in, please send us your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, with your name and location. And my wonderful logger, Josh, will get you on the list. If you want to be on the list, please call now.
Alpha India 5 Quebec AI 5Q Jarris in Tulsa.
Please, for the love of everything, give me one more check-in so I can go to bed. We've got Jarris, AI5Q. If anyone else wants, you're number 41. As just established, we don't have 42 yet, which is why I said, if you want to check into tonight's net, please call now. Get me to 42. Free me from this misery. I'm joking. It's a lot of fun. But if you'd like to get on the list, please call now.
K8LYJ with a recheck.
W8WKY.
KF8 EDE Kilo Foxtrot 8 Echo Delta Echo Pat and Talmadge.
All right, thanks, be to goodness. So we also got some offers up for proxies, so we'll get to you in a minute. We're going to go up to the top of the list. Jarris, AI5Q, how are you doing tonight? kids, I don't remember which one broke his arm or wrist, but how is that healing up, and what are your trivia answers?
Well, Teddy, our youngest, is the one that broke his arm, broke both bones in it, but it was kind of like a buckle fracture, so it wasn't severed all the way through. So it's healing up nicely. He only has to wear the cast for 4 weeks. And I wasn't paying attention to the trivia, but please don't take the time to reread it. I will just go with Bravo and Delta, and we'll call that good, because it sounds like a BD. Business development, the bane of my existence right now, because they're the ones trying to sell the company I work for. So what are you going to do? Anyway, the kids are good. Teddy has only had 1 day at school where he did not pee his pants. The rest of the days, he has peed his pants and not told anybody and came home in pee pants. So he loses his pants now when he gets home and has to run around in just a shirt, which he hates. So we're trying to motivate him to use the bathroom at school. It's something that you'll have to look forward to soon enough, Lucy. Stubborn kids that don't want to listen. Your firstborn will be fine. It's the ones after that that start going haywire. Anyway, good to hear you. Should have been listening a little closer than that, I guess, but I got other things going on. I was taking care of some business and listing some stuff online, so there you go. AI 5Q, back to you, Lucy.
AI 5Q, KEYUK. Okay, down for business development. That sounds terrible. I wish you luck. I can think of a lot of things you can do. None of them are legal, but there's a lot of things you could do. Glad that Teddy's arm is healing. Unfortunate that he is ruining his pants that constantly. We started out strong trying to potty train Betty on Monday, and then it just fell to pieces. No, actually, we started on Friday. We're getting nowhere. I want to give up. I want to give up so bad. I don't know what to do. She's also getting her lower molars. I'm exhausted. It's just a misery circus. If you've got any potty training tips, please email them to me, Jairus. I will take anything, please. We're going to clear. And we've got a recheck from Bob, KA8LYJ. Bob, what you got?
KE8YUK, KA8LYJ. Nothing really. It was just kind of quiet there after Jairus checked in, and I wanted to put you out of your misery. And being number 42, okay, I'll be number 42. That's a cool, life, the universe, and everything. But we'll go ahead and give it to the legitimate check-in right behind me here. So I'll go ahead and sign off and wish you a good night. KA8LYJ.
We appreciate it, Bob, and by we, I mean me. And Josh also. But thank you very much for that. We'll clear with Bob. We'll pick up Pat, KF8EDE. I am not sure that I have talked to you before, Pat, but how are you doing tonight? What are your trivia answers?
Hi. I don't think I have talked to you before either, Lucy. But I have listened to you. I've heard you a number of times. Had a great day today. Played some golf with some friends of mine in Youngstown. It was a really nice day. As far as my trivia answers are concerned, I'm going to go with Bravo and Bravo. I have talked to Josh a number of times, and I enjoy this net. However, I wasn't able to get on it tonight till about 10 to 11, so on a late check-in. But love you guys and love listening to you, and God bless you. This is KF8EDE, back to net.
KF8EDE, KE8YUK. Good to hear you from you, Pat. Glad you got to go golfing. We got you down for Bravo and Bravo. And may God bless you, too, on these wonderful, cool days that we're getting here. We've got a proxy from Justin W8JLA. Dare I ask for another list? Okay. I'm going to go talk to the net control because I need sleep. This is what we get when we have volunteers. Anyway. I'm at the top of the list, followed by W8HRF, so I'm going to kick. Josh, what is your main trivia answer, and what's your traffic tonight, Josh?
K8YUK, W8HRF. I don't have too much traffic tonight. I haven't really been thinking of much else other than logging and trying to keep track of trivia answers. But let's see, for Lucy's question, I'm really not sure which to go for. I actually don't know. I'll put myself down for probably Bravo. I'll just go with Bravo. Now I'll go Alpha. That one needs some support. We'll give Alpha some support there, but I don't know the actual answer, so obviously I'll pass on my own. But anyways, we'll read those off shortly here. Have an operations committee meeting tomorrow for the Sarah Club on the Sarah Cloud. Going to be planning out one of our next events for the year, so that'll be exciting. We'll have more details on that coming up. And that's about all I got. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to you, Lucy. I'll be back for alternate trivia in a little bit. K8YUK, W8HRF.
Roger that, Josh. My logger, I do believe, put you down as Alpha and pass, so yeah, hand to the wave. Hand to the wave to that guy. Oh, boy. Gonna clear it, Josh. KD8EPC, I believe I saw you lurking on the blue screen, so I hope you're out there. Got any trivia answers or traffic for us tonight?
Sorry for the delay. I had to scurry out of the shadows there I was lurking in. Anyway, this is KD8EPC. Good evening, Miss Lucy and everybody on the Beacon Net. Let's see, before I forget, I'm going to go to the trivias here, and I'm just going to go ahead and, my friend Shannon already covered the great state of Oklahoma, so my answer's just got to be the great state of Ohio. So there you go with that. Let's see, comments. Did a bunch of yard work today, mowed the lawn, put some nice river rock around the fire pit so it looks really sweet now. That's really it. I had a really good popsicle earlier, so that was cool. Let's see, I had something else for you, but I don't remember what it was, so I think that's about it, really. Good to be here, good to have no responsibilities. Really good job on the net tonight. Really enjoy having you guys here, and I really enjoy listening in. So that's all I've got. 73, have a great evening. We'll catch you guys down the log. This is KD8EPC, back to net control.
You know, Dustin, I gotta say, no shade to Shannon, but Ohio is better than Oklahoma for the sheer fact that alphabetically we do come first. Happy about the review. This is why I need to move along. Have a good night, Dustin. Pick up Katie at SLG. How are you doing tonight? I know you're multitasking, so maybe if I talk a little longer, it'll give you time to pick up the right microphone. Have at it, just Nick.
W8WKY.
K-E-A-Y-U-K, KD8SLG. Good evening, Lucy, Josh, and all the Beacon netizens. I'm still here. Never left the chair. Or maybe once. Groomed the dog today. That was exciting. Took her for a walk. And, beautiful weather. I'm not going to beleaguer this. Put me down for Charlie and Charlie. And I'll give you guys an extra 20 seconds of sleep by not prattling on. This is KD8SLG. Back to net control. Fine business.
Fine business, back to you. I don't know why I think that's so funny right now. Also, thank you for the extra 20 seconds. I'll take it to prattle myself. Okay, done for Charlie and Charlie. Good to hear from you just next. We're going to clear. We're going to pick up Nick at night. How are you doing tonight with your unitasking, Nick?
K-A-Y-U-K, K-A-Q-K-O. Hello, Lucy. I'll take Nick 20 seconds. I'll prattle on for a little bit. Doing pretty good. It's been a fun day-ish, I guess. I've been pretty much in the shack all day. Shack/office until right about that start time. So that's how that today went. But yeah, it's kind of sitting here chilling out. You mentioned potty training. I got a funny story about that. When my son was potty training age, we ended up going to every year, right after the first of the year, there's a software conference in Kalahari up in Sandusky. And you can get discount if you go to the conference. You get discounted tickets. My company sent me to the conference. I got discounted hotel room reservations for the weekend. So I brought the family up, and I told my son, I said, "You can go, but you can't go in the water park if you're not potty trained." And I swear, just like that, he started going to the bathroom and he stopped peeing his pants. I was like, "Holy cow, that actually worked." So if that helps, I don't know, but that's what I did. I'm going to break for time. I should probably also give my trivia, which is going to be Delta and Bravo. And then since we're on the subject of Ohio versus Oklahoma, I was watching a YouTube video recently of a guy called Matt Mitchell. He was doing one of these, like, pretending to be different states and talking to each other and trying to come up with an idea for the official U.S. barbecue sauce. And every state in the South is arguing about why their barbecue sauce is better. And, of course, Texas is sitting there going, "We don't need a barbecue sauce." And then finally, throughout the argument, it pans over to somebody with the name of Oklahoma, and the Texas guy looks at him and says, "Why are you here?" And if we're comparing why Ohio might be better than Oklahoma, we don't have to compete with Texas. Anyway, with that, I'll pass it back to you, Lucy. This is K8QKO.
Nick, at night, we've got you for Delta and Bravo. Fantastic about the potty training. If only I had a water park and a cooperative 2-year-old. We can make this happen. She's 2.5. I don't know if she's that smart. I love her very much, but I just don't know anymore. This week has really dropped my my expectations for this kid. She's driving me bonkers. Oh, boy. Anyway, also, not having to compete with Texas, so true. Although, I don't know if we should tell Texas that, because that might make it a competition in and of itself. Anyway. Josh was double-checking and making sure that I wasn't keyed up or keyed over. Cool. We'll clear with Nick at night, and we've got Eric activating couches on the air, I do believe. You want to trade spots?
KE8YUK, KE8BZA here. You should be able to hit the couch here in a few minutes, right? Because the net's almost over, I hope. My eyelids are getting really heavy. But, yeah, Dustin mentioned popsicle. Man, now I want one. And there are none in the freezer. But I guess I could go out and find a 24-hour store somewhere that might have them, but I'm not quite that motivated. Anyway, trivia, I'm going to go with Bravo and Charlie. Bravo and Charlie. And what else? Today was a very busy day at work, very productive day, and got to check into the boredom breaker. Had to use Echolink. I have a new phone, and I don't have any other means set up on it yet, but we're working on that. And what else? I'm rambling. So there are a select few who are checked into this net who have been on the same 4 nets with me today, including this net. So that's very interesting. Anyway, great net tonight, Josh and Lucy. And I'll turn it back to you, Lucy, KE8VZA over to KE8YUK.
Roger that, Eric. We've got you down for Bravo and Charlie. Totally feel you on the craving popsicles. Sorry I'm complaining so much about being tired, guys. I just feel the need to remind everyone that I am, in fact, so tired. All right. Cleared with Cleared with Eric. I've been informed that Dustin wants to talk about a beer, so I believe I'm tossing it back up to him, and then I'll probably do one more final call for check-ins and shut her down. So I'm going to pass this back to KD8 EPC. EPC. Dustin, what you got for us?
I'm on the phone, Miss Lucy. KD8 EPC, back to you.
All right, great. That's smooth as butter. All right, reading trivia. I have Maine, and I need to remember that, so let me pull it up real quick. Main trivia for tonight. Christopher Latham Scholes did 3 of these things. What did he not do? Invent the first commercially successful typewriter is option A. B is coin the word typewriter. C is create the QWERTY keyboard layout. Or D, construct the first reusable typewriter ribbon. The answer is, oh snap, I forgot we were supposed to cycle back to FQV. All right. Casey at FQV, if you're out there, now's your chance to give main trivia because I'm going to read it off.
Oh, right, KCFQV. Yeah, on the main trivia, it was A. Main trivia is A, KCFQV.
KC at FQV, KEAYK. Unfortunately, it's not. The answer is D, Delta. Christopher Latham Scholes was born in 1819 and in 1868 created the first commercially successful typewriter with Samuel W. Sill. To be clear, there had been different typewriters and different machines of that style created before. However, the Scholl typewriter was the first one that was commercially successful. That is the defining factor. Because if you look at the Wikipedia, there are, in fact, a lot of other typewriters. None of them were commercially successful. It was also only able to type capital letters and the numbers 2 through 9, and it was manufactured by E. Remington and Sons. Again, commercially manufactured, commercially successful. The reason for the QWERTY layout was that when it was designed, to split up commonly used letter combinations in order to reduce key jamming. The QWERTY layout then became the standard for other typewriters, which is why some people saw typewriters without the QWERTY layout. They did want to copy that commercially successful typewriter, again created by Scholes, but they didn't have the same layout, but QWERTY just kind of won over time. Unfortunately, he died in 1890 and did not construct the first reusable typewriter ribbon. He did coin the word typewriter. Again, if you look at the Wikipedia page and other sources, you can find a lot of hilarious names for typewriters, but he was the one who really cemented typewriter as the defining name for machines of that type, pun intended. So, there is your answer. The answer for main trivia is Delta. Wow, thanks, Josh. Anyway, we're going to pass it over to W8HRF for alternate trivia's answer. Go ahead, Josh.
There we go. Now my foot pedal's keying. There's something under the desk it catches on. KE8YUK W8HRF. Tonight's alternate trivia question was, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, what was the record for the most overdue library book? Your options were 65 years, Bravo 288 years, Charlie 442 years, or Delta 1,085 Cornwaldo years, not to be confused with dog years. The answer was Bravo 288 years. Most of you got it right. The record for an unreturned and overdue library book was set when a book in German by, and it was on the Archbishop of Bremen, it was published in 1609, was borrowed from Sydney Sussex College in Cambridge by Colonel Robert Walpole in England in sometime between 1667 and 1668. The records from that time I don't think they're around anymore, so it's hard to pin down the exact date, but Walpole apparently borrowed the book as he was an undergrad at Trinity College, according to his biographer. There are no surviving, so I was saying there's no surviving records of loans of that time, so the exact date he borrowed it is uncertain, but Professor Sir John Plum in the UK, found the book 288 years later in 1956. It was located in the library of the Marquis of Cholmondeley. Yes, it is pronounced Cholmondeley. Apparently, it's not spelled that way, but in Norfolk. One thing to note about apparently it's not unusual for these cases of these very overdue library works. It's like not just that it's happened before, but typically, if the library is still around, the late fees are usually waived. So that's good to know. In this case, no fine was taken. So, anyways, that's your alternate trivia. 288 years. Bravo for tonight. 7-3, everybody, and see some of you tomorrow at 7 p.m. for the ops meeting. KE8YUK, this is W8HRF, back to net control.
W8HRF, KE8YUK, thanks for your trivia. Fun fact, actually a lot of libraries in Ohio are becoming fine-free, which is really nice. Does make me wonder why people return books, but that's a whole other thing. So, if you haven't been to the library in a long time, give it a shot. They also have some amazing options to rent out. For example, the Stowe Library, you can rent a guitar. They have an odds and ends collection where you can just get things on rental, which is really cool. So give it a shot if you haven't been in a while. Thanks for reading, Josh. I think I said that already. I think we're just going to wrap it up, right? We're going to do final call? Don't leave it up to me. Final call. If anyone wants to get on tonight's list for tonight's BeaconNet on the W8WKY repeater, my call sign is Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Uniform Kilo. If you want to get on the list, please call now.
KJ5 Kilo Juliet 5 Victor Mark and Tulsa in and out.
All right, that works for me. We've got KJ5 JVV, Mark, in and out. Good to have you. Thanks for coming by. And we've got another Mark, FQV. You've got a recheck, and you're the only one left on my list. So what you got, Mark?
Yeah, Lucy, just talking about libraries. Yeah, it's amazing what you can do in the library. Some of them have making centers, or you can print 3D things on a printer, and you think they have all kinds of things. Some of them have where you can do some digital stuff. I like, they have a TV like the studio where you can do stuff. And they're just amazing, all the different things that some of these libraries have. Yeah, you ain't been to a library in 5 years or 10 years or 15, and if it's been 20, yeah, you may not notice the library being the same as you were back in, 10 years, 5 years ago or 10 years ago or 15, but definitely 20 years. You may be, on some of them, might be surprised what you can find in the library. So I'll send it back to net, Lucy, KSFQV.
Roger that, Mark. Definitely worth checking out. Forgot about the Maker Center. Definitely worth checking out. All right, we are going to land this plane, as we have said before. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, W8HRF, KD8EPC, KD8SLG, KD8QKO, KD8VZA, and occasionally KI5DIY. And Larry Emeritus. I would say a moment of silence for Larry, but I want to go to bed. He knows we love him. Thank you one and all for checking in with us this evening. You're welcome to come and join us on the next edition of the BeaconNet, which is Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the W8WKY repeater. You can also find us on Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R in the same locations. You can find the Barometer Net every morning at 7 a.m. except for Sunday, Finally, don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time, which is 1 o'clock Eastern Time, on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R, or here on the W8WKY on Wednesdays, some Saturdays also. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is Lucy, Kilo Echo 8, Yankee, Uniform, Kilo, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time. God bless in 73s. I am clear.
Yeah, okay, so okay, good net and everything. I also forgot to mention, I used my Easy Pass to go up. I was in New York. My Ohio one works in New York as well and much of the East Coast. I was just looking at some of the tolls I did. Yeah, they even charge you to go over a bridge in New York. It looks like. You know, I was just looking at it. Amazing. I just set that thing on the dashboard and kept driving. So, I'll catch you guys all in the morning on the barometer net, KSFQV.
Catch you tomorrow, Mark. KC8FTV, W8HR, F73 all.
All right, HRS, yeah, I'll catch you in the morning. Yeah, this way avoids me having to pay it later on when they send it in the mail. They won't send it because they just take it from my Easy Pass. So it does work. They said, yeah, put in the wind. Well, yeah, so you don't have it sliding all over the dashboard. But I had the rental car, and if I didn't do that, and that's why I wanted to make sure I could do it, it would go and get mailed to them, the bill, and then I would have to, eventually get around to paying it when they get it, because they would take it toll plate. That's what Pennsylvania does, New York, even Ohio turnpikes. If you go through the wrong thing, they'll send you a toll, a bill. So, KSFQV will catch you guys in the morning, KSFQV.
K8LYJ, KD80PC. Still out there, Bob?
KD80PC, K8LYJ. Yeah, go ahead.
How you doing this evening, my friend?
Oh, pressing right along. Hi. See what I did there?
I like that pun. That was a good one. So I'm going to get straight to it, Bob. I had this crazy idea earlier. How do you feel about running nets? You ever run a net?
Nope, never once. Funny that. Been a ham for 46 years and never run a net.
Well, would you be open to running a net is the question.
I could give it a try on one of the smaller nets. I'm not up early enough for the barometer net most days. I can only really check in on Wednesdays when I'm driving home from Kiwanis. But, yeah, I'd be willing to try my hand at, the club net or one of the beacons. Well, okay, it'd have to be this one because most Sundays I have friends over for a game. And if I check in, it's really in and out.
W8WKY.
So here's what I was thinking. So I'd like to do an Ohio takeover of the Boredom Breaker net one day, and I was thinking maybe you could do the second hour of the Boredom Breaker net. I'd be willing to do the logging for you and stuff.
Yeah, depending on the day, we could make that work.
Well, it's Wednesdays, obviously, as you know, so whenever you've got a Wednesday and you'd want to do it, you let me know, because I say I'm there every Wednesday for the first hour, so that'd be cool to get you in for a second hour sometime and do an Ohio takeover. There's just not a lot of guys that are around at that time of day.
Days are usually fairly clear by that time in the afternoon. We can make that work.
Well, very good there. Shoot me an email sometime, and no rush, no pressure. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll get it scheduled there. I think that'd be a fun time.
All right, will do, Dustin. With that, I'll let you go and send us both to bed. This is KA8LYJ. Clear on your final.
All right, good to hear you out there, Bob. And if you enjoy that and you ever do want to try a beacon net, I'd be welcome to let you do that, too. So there you go. I will say 73, my friend. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you on down the log. This is KD8EPC, and I'm going to be clear. 73.
KN4NGI.
KI5, KZU.
Was that KI5 KDU?
Yes, sir. That's Kilo India 5, Kilo Zulu uniform. I'm working on a, not a new setup, but changing things up on the pickup, so didn't quite have it all together when you threw your call sign out, but I do now.
Oh, okay. Name here is Paul. I'm coming in on the TGIF DMR talk group.
Roger that. You're sounding good. Just using FM through the local repeater right now, but still coming in good nonetheless. KI5 KZU.
Alright, thanks for that. Yeah, I was just seeing the talk group to see if I was getting out on it and how it was sounding, so I appreciate the report on that. Anyway, I'm going to clear out of here. So, 73, and maybe we'll talk another time. This is KN4NGI. I'll be clear on your final.
I definitely appreciate the QSO. Don't get to talk near as much as I'd like to, but glad somebody's out there at this hour. But 73s, and have a safe night. KI5 KZU.
W8WKY.
N8YMY. 44 degrees in Waynesburg, 46 degrees down here in Canton South. A little crisp this morning. N8YMY.
W8WKY.
Morning, John. 46 degrees here in Waco. Just getting ready to get on 30. 88 PQP.
What's the last three letters of your call again? I'm terrible with call signs.
Yep, me too. It is Papa, Quebec Papa, PQP.
That's what I thought you said. And it's Sean, right? Correct?
Yep, you got that right.
We've only done this a half a dozen times. Yeah, I love talking. I love talking on the radio, but man, I tell you what, when people start rambling call signs off, my brain just don't think fast enough sometimes. Usually, if I'm sitting down, I'll write stuff down as it comes through. But these guys that can just, these net controllers and guys that can start rattling off 6, 7 call signs at a time is like, wow.
Yeah, I think I gave up on trying to remember people's call signs years ago. It seems like once I talk to somebody for a while, then it just naturally remember maybe, but a lot of times I never do. And I'll remember their name and I'll sit and try to think their call sign. Yeah, it gets to be a little bit much. I got enough stuff in my little pea brain. I think it's already full.
Yeah, I was a no-code tech since '93, and I just never ever wanted to take the general test. Well, I let my license lapse. I was out of radio for 20 plus years, so I had to retake the tech test. About 2 weeks into that, not even 2 weeks, about a week after I had the tech license again, and I'm starting to talk to guys on the Doylestown repeater, and I'm starting to listen to HF again. I'm like, oh, screw this. What the heck am I doing? So I go out there and I just start studying for the general test, and like 3 weeks later I took it and passed it. Then I thought, I'm going to study for this extra test. It's a little different. Yeah, as far as the older you get, you're it's a little harder on the old memory there.
AB8AB, Opal.
N8QXC. Hey, good morning, Joe, and the other station in there. I don't know that one, but anyhow, go ahead, Joe, and then pass it on.
I think that was John. Yeah, we get older, things aren't the same. The worst test I thought was the advanced test. I don't give that anymore.
Well, I'm not a huge radio theory guy, so any test, I guess, is a little tough. The other station, come on in there. I didn't write down the call. N8YMY here.
Okay, good morning, gentlemen. This is November 8, Quebec X-ray Echo. And John, this is John. I'm over here in Cleveland. And I agree, the advanced would have been the hardest. I had my general for quite a few years before I studied for my extra in July of this year. And I got my extra class. Now I'm just really getting back into radio. But I still got to get an HF antenna up, and I'll hand it over to whoever's next. This is November 8, Quebec, X-Ray Echo.
I think it's your turn. Go ahead, and then I'll follow you.
I'm just happy to have my general. After all them years of being a tech operator and being out of it for almost 20 years, I'm just happy to be here. And ain't why I'm why. Go ahead, Joe.
I had my tech for a while. Then I found out you really can't talk to that many different people. And if you want to do any DX, you got to get at least a general. So, and then I had some MFJ rigs, and you never quite knew where that VFO was. You had a general idea, so that ended that worry once I got to the extra class.
Well, I was listening to the guys talking on 20 and 40 and 80 meters, and I was like, man, I'd love to just get in there and talk, you know. And I just love listening to that stuff. And yeah, I started studying on one of these phone apps, and the cool thing about that is you can take the test, and you can keep taking it. And I just kept taking it until I got pretty darn good scores, and I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I took it online through that testing site out there out west.
Let me pick it up, NAQXE here. Yeah, I did ham radio. I went to Fairview Park, the library out there on the first weekend in July, and the NORS group gave the test, so that's when I took it. And I studied for my extra for about 2.5 months, and was able to get it. That advanced test, I'll tell you, when that advanced test was out, that was way confusing for me at the time, so that's why I stayed at General for so many years. I don't know who else takes it. This is NAQXE.
To see if I have it. Yeah, well, they don't give it anymore, unfortunately. And the biggest shot in the arm, I think, is that they dropped the code requirement. I wish they'd have kept it at least at 5 words. Because after I took the advanced, I had to get that 20-word code in. I remember taking that test at Wingfoot Hamfest.
Somebody pick it up. This is NAQXE.
You're not quite making it.
Somebody's trying to make the repeater. You're just not quite. You're not quite making it there. N8YMY.
NAYMY, November 8, Quebec X-Ray Echo, John here in Cleveland. Am I making the repeater at all?
You are.
Yeah, you're making it. I just heard somebody keyed up a couple times there. I don't know if they were just connecting a node or what was going on, but there was no audio there. Yeah, you sound good.
W8WKY.
Okay, who else is in there besides me and you? Do you know?
The AB8AV?
Yeah, we got Sean in there and we got Joe in there. As of right this minute, there's probably more people listening. And I'm waiting here. Craig should be coming in any minute, AACT. And Tim should be coming in here shortly.
Okay, there was another station right in there with you. Let's see if he can bring his call out again. This is NAQXE.
Yeah, we usually have a little morning group in here about 6 o'clock. I usually get to work about a quarter till. I usually turn it on. There's quite a few people out there listening that probably never key up, but somebody out there wants to take it over. Go ahead. N8YMY. We'll be listening.
John, I'll get in. Anyway, the key is to get upgraded, so you got more privileges, and you can do a lot of DX. I'll move that to someone else, and I don't know. John, take it over, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, my story.
I think I'm the younger.
Probably like a lot of other guys out there. I just got out of radio, and I just had other interests, and I kept a couple of radios stashed away in a corner.
I've had my license since
one of them
1991.
One day I
got my
I don't know what it was. I had a scanner or something. I think I had
a few years later got my Tech Plus.
Couple of mornings I caught
got my
barometer net there,
and
I just made it go up to DX,
8 months,
handy-cocky, and
technician
took off from there.
extra class.
Here I am again.
YMY to take it. NAQXE here.
John won, and NAQXE start over again. You guys were doubled, but John won out.
Okay, John. NAYMY. This is NAQXE, and I said I'm probably the older one because I'm 65 this year, and it took me 33 years, 8 months to become a extra class from tech to extra. I'm not going to be in there too long. Got to take my kid to work and got to talk to the wife before she goes to work. Me, I'm retired. So NAYMY to take it. This is NAQXE, and I'm going to be clear, guys. Have a good morning.
N8YMY. Yeah, Jeff, it's good talking to you. NAQXE, I believe. And yeah, we're usually in here every morning about this time. So come on in any time. N8YMY, somebody take it.
WATXX, I'm going to say good morning to Joe before he has to get out, and good morning, John. And John, if you're still in there.
Go ahead, Tom, for a little bit, and then I'll follow. And then we'll go back to John. And then we have 2 Johns out there this morning.
Just want to say good morning. Guys, go ahead.
Well, good morning, Tom. I passed your house yesterday, but your vehicle wasn't out. But I slowed down just in case so that flash of light wouldn't ruin anybody's eyes.
Real good, Joe. Yeah. Might be a little damp today. You might have to get out there a little earlier. I think 2-ish. I haven't looked this morning yet, but sometime this afternoon, supposed to get some rain.
John, go ahead, and then I'll follow.
Yeah, we definitely need some rain. I'm usually cutting grass at least 3 days a week down here. There's almost 24 acres of the facility's pretty big, and I haven't cut grass in I think it's going on 2 weeks there. Definitely need a little rain tonight. N8YMY, go ahead.
I haven't cut for 2 weeks, so I'm happy. I will, but next week I'll have to get. Well, my workout partner has just shown up, so I got to get in and work on Body Beautiful. You guys carry on. This is AV. We're going to sign clear.
Have a good workout, Joe, and we will catch you in the morning. N8YMY. Craig, you turned that button on yet? AACT?
May not be done with the dogs yet, but yeah. Just for jollies, I'll throw out been a ham since 1962.
That's quite an accomplishment there. Yeah, we was into the CB stuff when we were really young. I was 12 years old. Had a base station and all that good stuff, talking on, of course, the family CB license back then, that I think were allowed to have 4 transmitters on one license, or I don't know, some crazy thing going on, but yeah, you were supposed to be monitored by a parent. But yeah, we got started in it really young and had 2 phases of radio. We got into the I want to get the heck away from the CB craze and got into 2-meter very heavily back in the 90s. The Canton and Massillon repeaters were pretty strong. And then we just fell out of it for a long time, got into other hobbies there. So, but yeah, since 62, that's a whole lot of ham in there for sure.
Yeah. Of course, there's a novice. 83 or 63 got the tech. 85 got general and advanced. It's kind of where it ended up.
Yeah, I kind of went a little crazy this last bout here. I've got 2 tower projects going at the same time. I'm waiting on concrete to cure on my base so I can get up my my tilt telescopic U.S. tower, 55-foot U.S. tower. I've got set up ready to go, and then I've got a Mosley tri-bander that I've already put together on the ground. I got it sitting on a couple of plastic trash cans right now, and yeah, I kind of went full throttle back into it there. Looking to have some fun this winter. N8YMY.
Sounds good, John. A little early for Ray, so check on Craig again. Maybe he's back with the dog.
Good morning, all. Yes, I was in there listening, and all of a sudden my DV switch kicked me off. I don't know. Yeah, back in the day, my early was I did have a CB license, but anyway. Good morning, all. Tom, John, AA8CT.
W8WKY.
Morning, Craig. I started out with a little Radio Shack walkie-talkie my dad brought home from work, and I was 12 years old, and there was some people up in North Canton talking on Channel 11, And I used to listen to them, and I thought, nobody could hear me. I had a neighbor down the road could barely hear me on the walkie-talkie. And we did it right. We applied for a CB license, and I'll tell you what, that was like Christmas the day that came in the mail. I seen that envelope said FCC, and I was like, the day has come. Yeah, KSS 0870. Remember it well. N8YMY.
Let's see, I think mine was KNN 5381 back in the day.
I had a lot of fun on CB. I mean, it turned into a circus, but had a lot of fun when I was a kid. Met a lot of people, a lot of good people. A lot of people hated me because I was so young. I went kind of crazy with that thing too. I had to get up a set of beams. Started with a set of four-element Lamberts. I remember that well. Ended up phase 2 of the CB craze with a set of Moonrakers. But yeah, good times. N8YY.
In college and this, that, and the other thing, marriage, and it just kind of all fell by the wayside for about 60 years, and here I am back again. But I love this. I tell you, I love the ham family, the people. It's just all good, and I've been I feel very lucky and blessed to have gotten back into it, and the people that are in it just amaze me continually. AA8CT.
Tom, do you have a tower project started over there at your new place?
Say good morning, Craig, and I got a 24-foot aluminum, trying to figure out what part of the house I'm going to stick it on. Stick it to, I should say. But yeah, nothing right away. I'll be working with some mast. Stick a couple antennas up about 30 feet with those. And then go from there. But yeah, I moved recently and still trying to put some ideas together. Let's try Ray. K5 CFY W8 GXX.
GXX K5 CFR or CFY, KWK 2840 for back in the old days. Anyway, good to hear you guys in there. And we got some thunderstorms headed our way, so we're trying to get to walk over with. But good to hear you in there. K5 CFY.
All right, Ray, sounds good. We got rain coming later this afternoon, and that'll be about it on the rain. And hopefully warm up again. We're down below 50, I think, this morning. But supposed to come up to about 70, and then rain, and then by tomorrow afternoon won't feel too bad. Have a good one. K5 CFY W8 GXX.
KZATG Mobile.
Couldn't find my button. Good morning, Jim. N8YY here.
Hey, what's up, John? Craig, Ray, Tom, I don't know who else is in there. Sean, maybe you're still listening. Yeah, I wasn't into the CB thing back then. You guys are all just a tweak older than me, like 5 years or something. That might have made the difference. That or I grew up out in the country and I was really poor. There wasn't no money for anything. I started working on a farm across the street when I was 8 years old and get a little side money. But CB wasn't in the cards back then. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be 62 in January. Yeah, I lived through the Smokey and the Bandit era. It was fun times. N8YY.
Yeah, Roger. I'm 56, so yep, you're 5 years older than me. I think Craig has said before, I think he's your age.
No, I am older.
Smoking the Bandit, I remember
I'm hitting
the Imperial Cinema down in Canton. When they premiered the movie Smoking the Bandit, had a black Trans Am sitting out in front of the movie theater, all nice and shiny. Yeah, that movie sold a whole lot of CD radios, that's for sure. N8YY.
You guys both came through. Go ahead, Craig. You get the trophy for first place this morning for oldest.
Yeah, that's it. I feel grateful that, I'm still getting older because the alternatives aren't that great, and feel blessed that I can get around, move around, and it's always fun. No, I remember because this was back in the day before we had VFOs, so everything was you had to get the crystal. And, everybody wanted the Channel 9 crystal, the Channel 11 crystal, and the Channel 19 crystal back in the day. AAHCT.
CFY returning. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, today is Jim's birthday. So
durable VFO on it, but it had crystal.
Probably a little early for him, but hope he has a great birthday.
I hated that radio.
K5 CFY.
Well, there was two of you in there. Thanks for the information, Ray. And I heard part of yours, I think it was John's. So, yes, Ray just kind of came over the top and said he's pretty sure today is Jim's birthday. And that's, I believe, if my memory serves correctly, that's 88. So we'll have to make sure everybody wishes him a real happy birthday. AAHCT.
W8WKY.
Hey, Roger, Craig on the 88. November, I'll be 77. Yeah, I run about 11 years behind Jim.
CFI. Well, I'll be 78 in November. So, yeah, he's got 10 years and plus on me. Good to hear everybody out there this morning. K5 CFY.
Yeah, so I get the last place trophy for being the youngest. So, but I'll get to see all this new techie stuff that they got coming out, for better or worse, I guess. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I get to listen to a lot of the guys talking about the retired life there. I'm looking down the tunnel. I can kind of see just a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel there. I got a couple more years, but I'm trying to maneuver my ham hobby into that slot there, so I'm ready to go when the time comes there. N8YMY.
Is this where the old guys hang out? W8TD.
It sure is. Good morning, John. How are you today?
Well, I woke up again. It was the most exciting thing that's happened to me all day, but I can live with that. Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle of the group, I guess. I'll be, 74 here in a couple of months. And I just, last week, I just renewed the license for another 2 years, not the ham license, the work license. So apparently I'm still 2 years from retirement, which I've been for a very long time. Every 2 years I have to make a decision. Of course, I still have the part-time gig, but that's not going to go away until I physically can't do it. Sadly, the office I can do pretty much. I'd have to get a lot sicker before I can't do that. I'll be able to do that longer than I'll be able to travel, I'm sure. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What is this retirement of which you speak? In my line of work, old lawyers never die. They just fade away, and they never retire. Geez, my partner was 78 when he retired. I'm hoping I'll be smarter than that, but I'm running out of time to be smarter than that, because I'll be there sooner or later with any luck at all. So I don't know who to turn it back to. I should have listened longer. I'm sorry, guys. I heard the young guy, SLG's in there. I'll throw it his way. Katie and SLG in the group, W8TD.
You can only be young once, but you can be immature forever. W8TD, KD8SLG. Morning, John, Craig, Ray, John, Tim, Brad, Janet, Rocky.
And me. Good morning, everyone. KI50ZZ.
Well, good morning, Nancy. How did everything go yesterday? We were thinking about you all day long. I hope it went well. AAHCT.
Yeah, the procedure went well. They had to give me a nerve block, which lasted, actually, I think parts of it is still kind of lingering. But I have most of my range of motion back, but I do have some muscle atrophy as well, so that's why I'm going to PT. So, yeah, be hitting that hard for the next couple of weeks, for sure. KI50ZZ, good morning.
Well, I think today is Jim's birthday. I heard that earlier on. He's number 88, and wow, if you can stick around, he'd love to hear your voice in the morning right off the bat. So Yes, AAHCT, and just about time for Nick to give him a call down the hall, so we'll just sit on the side and listen for a couple minutes here. AAHCT.
K8ZSH, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Randy. Have you been out for your dog walk yet?
KDHZSH. We've all been up. Breakfast is cooked. I got 3 of them in my lap right now, so I'm parked in a chair for a little bit. Back to you.
Well, it's been a great chat with everybody. I'm hitting a bad spot, so I'm going to get while we get it. 73, everybody. Have a good morning. And, yeah, maybe somebody can sing a little jingle, a happy birthday to Jim for me. I'll be listening. KZ8TD Mobile.
If I were to sing, the FCC take my license away from me. You know, pollution of the airwaves or something like that. AAHCT.
K4OG.
There's my brew buddy. Go ahead, Mark.
WATD. Thank you, John. Yeah, it's just the man I was going to talk to. I heard you were showing some interest in the attic master Jim makes. He builds them things too well because they never seem to break. And I don't know if you heard the price, but it's a pretty good price. It's only 1 year's membership paid to WABMW. So there you go, John. He built some fantastic ones. Haven't heard any of them break yet. All right, I'm getting out of here and getting to the mobile and heading to the coffee mill. K4OG, back to the group.
Well, somebody must be next. You know, I'm curious about it. I have a strong preference for balanced antennas rather than unbalanced. And I heard him mentioning he had transformers lying around, so I'm starting to suspect that this will be an unbalanced system. But yeah, I'm curious. Hopefully, I wanted to check in yesterday, but the half hour was apparently too short, and there wasn't really an opportunity to join in. Maybe today there will be. But yeah, I only have 2 questions. I understand it's 40 and 20, which is fine with me. So my only questions will be length, and is it balanced? Beyond that, whatever. So the only other call that I put to memory is AC8CT, so let's go back that way. And I'm just listening. I'll pop back in if anything becomes necessary to say. WATD.
Well, Nick, do you want to give him a call on his birthday? Just about time for him to be walking down the hall. So this is AAHCT, and give him a call and we'll wish him a happy birthday, and hopefully there's quite a group in here this morning. AAHCT listening.
WATD. If we only keyed up when we had something important to say, well, there wouldn't be very much traffic around now, would there? And Craig, thank you very much. AAHCT, KD8SLG. Let's see if the birthday boy's up this morning. WB8BMW. WB8BMW. Would you like to come out and play with us on your birthday today, Jim? We're all wearing our hats and blowing our buzzers. We've got cake. WB8BMW, this is KD8SLG. Morning, Jim.
Good morning, Nick. KD8SLG, WB8 BMW. Well, yeah, I'm older, and I took my whiteout pencil and covered over that date. So I'm just going to buzz it right on by. Well, one good thing, my one daughter is up from Memphis. She's going to be here for a week or so, and piddling around and rearranging stuff that we got to go back and rearrange back, because you don't move stuff around for old people. You know, we always know where it's at unless we forget it. And then when we go back to where we think we left it, it ain't there. Well, I can blame it on the daughter. Alrighty, Nick. Yeah, I can come out and play. I play a lot slower and I play different games, but it's still being fun, being vertical, I guess. So, well, we'll start out like I always do, with Nancy, and see how she made it, and see if she's feeling any better today than she did yesterday. KI5OZZ WB8 BMW. Good morning, Nancy.
W8VMW, good morning to you and the rest of the crew out there from KI5OZZ, and happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Sergeant, happy birthday to you. There you go. Nobody, hope nobody's radio's broke, but yeah, I haven't bricked anything for a minute, so well, maybe I just did. Hi. KI5OZZ here. Arm is doing great, and recovery and the physical torturous search today, so there you go. Back over to you.
Well, you know that I love you dearly, but don't give up your day job. Because singing, I don't think is quite it, but thank you anyhow. Glad you're on the mend there. Now you can carry the big heavy skillet and keep your crew in line. Thanks, Nancy. All righty. Well, now we'll go up to Grandpa and see if he's either on the road or maybe he's already at the office. K8PMI WB8VMW.
WB8BMW, this is K8PMI. Happy birthday, Jim. Another year younger. So, other than that, hopefully we're looking forward to another great day, and still at home, running a little bit behind, just sitting around talking to the wife and starting the morning off. So, I don't have the weather report for you yet. So other than that, I'll send it back to you. 73, everybody. This is K8PMI.
All righty, Phil. Well, you tell the family that I said thanks, and have a great day. And we'll drop on down and see if top of the morning John, now that all the outside work is done, you can get back to exercising and get up to 18 comfortable. Don't push it, though, John. AC8AT, WB8 BMW.
BMW AC8AT. A big top of the morning to you, Jim, and to Judy there. Hey, we got some good stuff going on here today. First, the Oz is back in the pink. Second, it's your birthday, Jim. Well, happy birthday, my friend. Many, many more. And second question, real quick. Is your one daughter, is she still going to become a ham? I was thinking, boy, what a lucky gal she is to have you for an Elmer. And I'd like to attest to that attic master that you make. That thing is fantastic, Jim. I love that antenna. Worked Europe all the time with it, and good signal reports. Anyway, let me let you round them up, and let me say best of 73s to the whole crew. WB8W, top of the morning, my friend. AC8AT.
All righty, John. Well, I'm glad that yours is still working. Well, the one reason I sort of designed it, it's a loaded dipole, and it's only about 37 feet long. And you can put it up in the attic, and you get 20 and 40 on the sideband area. The one I made for you, me being a CW nut, I made it a little extra long to get in the CW range. And so Nick and Rod had to go up there and shorten it up, get it back into sideband range, and so far it's worked good for you. Glad to hear it, John. Yeah, and I made it so that in the wintertime you don't have to worry about ice, snow, or anything, and in the summertime you don't have to worry about lightning or anything like that. If it gets to your antenna, your house is gone. So it doesn't make any difference about the antenna. Alrighty, John, you take care, and let's get back to, if nothing else, start back at 16, work your way up to 18, but keep it going. Alrighty, now we'll go down and see if Chris is ready yet. KE8MMY, WB8VMW. Well, I don't know, Chris. You're in a bad spot because we only got about 25% of that. We heard you in there, but just couldn't hold a repeater. So that's all right. Yeah, you take care. Drive careful. Have a great day. All righty. Well, we'll go to Middlemark and see how the world's treating him this morning. K4OG, WB8VMW. So, how's everything with you? And I forgot to ask Janet and Bob about the sock mic, or the mic sock. So I'll be sure to I'll put a note down to ask them if they got that sock mic all fixed up. How about it, Mark? Are you on your way to work, or are you already there?
Happy birthday, WBAVMW, K4OG here. Good morning, Jim and everyone. I am approaching the second red light to the coffee mill. Anyway, Jim, I got you the same thing I did as last year for your birthday. And when I went to the post office, I noticed they said it wasn't going to get there until a couple of days. And I was like, I saw $31 you can get there next day. And he said, yeah, you might as well just drive it over there yourself. And then he said, just blame it on the post office. And I said, brilliant. We'll do that. So your birthday present is showing up a day late, and we're blaming it on the post office, Jim. It's a wonderful day. The clouds look pretty out here. We got a orange hue in the distance, and I think it's going to be a great day. K4OG, happy birthday, Jim.
I'll tell you, the best gift I could have on my birthday is a friendship through this here club. And, it's, and my daughter, she went back home, and she spends so much time traveling around and visiting us and her new, grandson and everything that she hadn't had time. Maybe this winter she'll get with that club there in Germantown in Tennessee and see about... I told her, there's a lot of guys in the clubs that got to help her get on the air and do the whole thing, and I'll talk to her again when she gets here. Alrighty, Mark, you take care. And, well, I don't know if it costs $31 or something to ship it to me. I might have to take my stick after you if you give me something that I don't deserve. So, you take care, Mark. K4OG, WB8VMW. All right, well, let's go to Southern, Mark. KE8SFS, WB8VMW.
Birthday? Oh, brother. You're getting old, Duke. You better take care of yourself. We need you on here. And, happy birthday, Jim. Okay? And, I've been here listening to everybody and everything. And, I'm going to take the chance of us today to the senior center. And I can't drive there, the car need what on. I hope I can see that guy who can work on cars today there. But out of that, doing okay and everything. And that's pretty much all I really got to say. So I'll give it back to you. KFA, Sir Photo, sir.
All righty, Mark. Well, if I had some wishes for my birthday, one of the wishes would be to get your hood open and fix your antifreeze leak. And because I'm too old to get too many things that last very long. Because I think, it won't be long before the good Lord will punch my ticket, and I'll be up there doing chores for Mom and Dad. Alrighty, Mark, you take care. And I will go down to Northern Mark, KC8 FQV WB8 VMW. Well, we'll give him more time to get his head out from under the covers and get everything turned on. Alrighty, Tom. WAAGXX, WB8 VMW. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Jim. Happy birthday. And Ray and I had a birthday in November, and he's going to be 10 years behind you, and I'm going to be 11 years behind you. So, but you have a great day. Hopefully you'll get warm enough in the porch. WB VMW, WAGXX Mobile.
Alrighty, Tom. Well, yeah, I might get a little sunshine when it shines on the front porch. Warms it up pretty good. Alrighty, Tom, you take care. KE8HNK, WB8 BMW. Good morning, Elmer.
KE8HNK, good morning, Jim. Good morning, citizens. I'm actually kind of on the freeway here, and they are driving like morons. Got a beautiful sunrise here in the distance, but and then I'll check in for the net. I'll be trackside mobile, so I'll be hanging around there, Jim. KE8HNK, back to WB8 BMW.
All righty, Elmer. Well, you keep trackside clear there and keep the yard running nice and neat. All righty. Well, let me see. I didn't hear Craig this morning. I'm pretty sure he was on, but I will say a good morning to him. AA8CT WB8 BMW. Good morning, Craig. How's your world so far?
WB8 VMW. Good morning, Jim, and happy birthday. AAHCT. Well, I was doing some reading here this morning, and you know what? Only 2 more years. When you hit 90, we can officially call you an old fart. I mean, you know, I think that's just great. And, wow, you have got quite a crowd there wishing you